Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my Pan That Palette 3-month update on my lips is a blue lipstick. Ain't no time like a quarantine time to try out your blue lipstick, you guys. This is Sephora's Cream Lip Stain. It is in number 30. I bought it for $3 back in probably November of last year. This is my first time trying it out. I'm gonna have to keep it on for a minute and decide if I can tolerate wearing this or not. It's comfortable, it applied beautifully. I feel like I flubbed up the bottom lip line just a little bit, but it was hard. And I didn't wanna start fixing it because I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to stop. You know how it goes when you make a mistake on one winged eyeliner and then you gotta fix the other side. So I just left my mistakes alone and stopped right there. But I am wearing blue lipstick today, at least throughout this video. We'll see what happens when this video ends. I don't know. All right, this is my 3-month update for Pan That Palette. By now, I think all of you guys know that I am panning a baby Pan That Palette as well as the Fantastic Ladies Panning Solitaire Pan That Palette. So for my baby Pan That Palette, I repressed a Lancome Duo into my Pure Go Nude eyeshadow palette. And it was 2 purples, a light purple and a dark purple. And I am trying to pan them both. Let me show you a quick clip of what they looked like last month. And this is what it looks like this month. So my palette should look a lot different this month compared to last month. I did finish the blush that was up here. That is not part of this project, but it's obvious and I have to mention it because it's big news. This is a different project. I'll be talking about that in a couple of days. But I did also finish one of the eyeshadows from my Baby Pan That palette. The deeper of the 2 purples was right here. I set the goal to finish it off last month and I actually achieved the goal, which is surprising. I often set goals and do not achieve them, so it's nice when I actually do. So all I have left for this project is this little guy right here. I did not touch this shadow at all in the last month. I don't think I used it even once in the past month, maybe one time, but I really didn't give this any attention because I was so focused on finishing this one. I basically wore this eyeshadow for 2.5 weeks straight to make sure that I finished it off, and when I did not want to touch a purple eyeshadow for a couple weeks. So I'm ready to work on this again, and I've decided to set the goal of hitting side pan. I don't know if I can do it or not, but I'm going to start working my way towards one of the edges of this pan and hopefully hit side pan by next month. Not only is it exciting to have finished an eyeshadow for this project, but it's just really exciting to have one less eyeshadow dividing my attention. Right now, as far as the eyeshadows I currently have in projects, let alone the eyeshadows I own, I feel like I definitely suffer from decision fatigue. Even with just the small amount of makeup that I'm working on from day to day, I have so many eyeshadows and I have to make a decision about which one I'm gonna put on my eyes. So to have one less eyeshadow to split my time, split my attention is wonderful and very motivating. I feel great. So really happy to have one less eyeshadow in my stash and one less eyeshadow in this project. It's great. All right, let's move on to Panning Solitaire. This is a Fantastic Ladies collaboration. It was created by my friend Erin. She has a YouTube channel. I will have her channel linked down below along with the playlist of everybody doing this project. It's a large group collab. Everything Fantastic Ladies ends up being a pretty large group. They are a Facebook group, by the way, and if you are interested in becoming part of the panning community, I would recommend you start there. It is a great group of ladies who are very supportive, and you could get a lot of ideas for different projects out there if you want to jump in. They don't exclusively own every project out there, but they have a lot of great ideas circulating through their Facebook page, and they're very inspiring. So Erin's concept behind this project is that it's progressive, starting with a single and then working your way to a duo, a trio, a quad, a quint, and keep going from there as high as you want to go. I loved this idea so much. Over the last few years, I have been giving some of my smaller eyeshadow palettes, my duos, trios, and quads more attention. This year I decided to focus on my singles a whole bunch. So this project just fit right into where my mind already was, and I thought it was perfect. I decided to start with a single, a duo, and a trio. That's 6 shadows all together. If I should finish even one shadow out of all of those 6, I will roll in a quad. I am definitely hoping to do that sometime this year. We will see, but let me show you what I've been doing with these. I don't feel like my progress is that good on these, but let me show you. For my single, I chose this Sephora single. It's called Outrageous Metallic Beige, and it's from the Prisma Chrome collection. This was basically brand new at the start of this project, and it's clearly it's been used, but it doesn't look like it's been well used. I got a long way to go to get to the point where I use this up. There are 3.5 grams or 0.12 ounces in this product. For comparison's sake, most MAC shadows, most Urban Decay shadows have 0.5 ounces. So this is more than double the amount of product compared to like an Urban Decay eyeshadow from a Naked palette. So it's a lot of product. It's a long way to go to finish this off. But I'm enjoying this very much. It's beautiful. It's what I have on my eyelid today, along with some Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy Glitter. My goal for last month was to pick a spot and work on it to the point where the quilt pattern has rubbed off. I do not think I achieved that goal. So I am going to roll that goal over for this month and to try and pick a spot, probably like right up here, and just make the quilt go away. For my duo, I went with this little Smashbox full exposure sample. I think a bunch of us received this through different sources, whether it's a Sephora Play Box. I think I got mine from Ipsy. It's a beautiful duo, very neutral, very pretty. The top one is shimmery, the bottom one is completely matte. And over the past month, I have really only been focusing on the bottom shade. I don't think I used the gold shade even once at all over the past month. My goal was to start getting a dip going in this bottom shade. I am not necessarily focusing my brush in one targeted area. I'm kind of sweeping the brush across, but I do feel like I am starting to get the slightest dip going in the center of this product. I don't know if my camera will be able to pick up on it, but it's very slight. Last month, I was kind of complaining about this matte eyeshadow, feeling like it wasn't really showing up on my skin at all and it was kind of pointless. I don't know what's different. Maybe I just had to kind of use that top layer, but it's working a little bit better now. I feel like it's showing up a little bit more. It's slightly more pigmented. And that's great news because I felt like it wasn't really doing much at all. So I am having better luck with this matte shade. I'm still using it a lot. And now that I've rolled out the ColourPop eyeshadow from the Element of Surprise palette, I feel like I can give this even more attention. Hopefully that'll happen. I just want to keep working on this matte shade and try to use it in as many looks as I can from day to day. That's my only goal for this month. And finally, for my trio, I have a Physicians Formula Baked Eyeshadow Trio. This is in the shade Baked Oatmeal. And this is what it looks like today. So I had set goals on 2 of these eyeshadows for the past month. I did not set a goal for this eyeshadow and I did not touch this eyeshadow at all. My goal for the center shade was to start flattening it out a bit, and where I've been focusing my brush every morning is on this side of the edge right here, and I definitely think I have flattened it out a bit compared to the edge behind it. This edge was about as tall as this edge before. I know it's hard to see, but I definitely feel like I have flattened it out quite a bit. So I am just going to keep working around that tall edge of the pan to try and continue flattening it out a bit more. My goal for this deepest brown shade over here was to start flattening off the dome a bit. I don't know if I used that enough to achieve that goal. I did use this shade maybe 3 or 4 times. I don't think that's enough to make any noticeable difference, but it's a start. All right, guys, that is it for this update. I am chugging along. I'm having a lot of fun working on these eyeshadows. I am so happy to have one less eyeshadow out of this bunch to work on. I know a lot of you guys are really rooting for me to finish off that Baby Pan That palette, and that is in the back of my mind, but I have a lot of eyeshadows that I'm currently working on, and I'm trying to find time for all of them during the month. It's all working out in the end, but at this point, the only eyeshadow out of all of these eyeshadows I showed you today that I'm using every single day is this one right here. This vanilla shade I use every single day without fail. It's the first step I do when I apply eyeshadow. Everything else is more hit or miss. So I still think that that's the shade I'm going to finish first out of my Pan That palette. I hope so. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.